shadows of history, where faith and power collide, lies a tale not widely known, a story of a city coveted by empires, standing at the crossroads of continents and cultures. This is the story of Mehmed the Conqueror and the conquest of Constantinople. Few Arabs and Turks are aware, but Constantinople, a jewel of the world, harbored a preference, a choice made not by its walls, which had withstood countless sieges, but by the spirit of its people. They chose the rising power of the Turks over bending to the will of Catholicism in Rome. Before this monumental conquest, a significant yet ultimately doomed attempt was made to bridge the chasm between the Catholic and Orthodox churches. The goal was unity under the Pope in Rome. However, the agreement, reached 14 years prior in 1439, crumbled into dust. Failed ambitions and shattered dreams paved the way for a new chapter. This isn't just a tale of conquest and dominion. It's a saga of cultural defiance, religious fervor, and the unyielding force of destiny. As we delve deeper into the life of Mehmed the Conqueror and his audacious capture of Constantinople, we unravel a story that reshaped the world. As recounted by the American historian Will Durant in his monumental work, The Story of Civilization, the return of the Greek emperor to Constantinople marked the beginning of a tumultuous period. Upon their arrival, they were greeted not with fanfare, but with scorn. The clergy and the people, unified in their disdain, refused to submit to Rome. The very fabric of Constantinople's faith was being torn asunder. A call for union by force in the year 1452 became the catalyst for a profound societal rift. The populace shunned the great church, while the clergy, in staunch opposition to the union, cursed those who supported it. They withheld forgiveness, declaring the sins of attendees of the union decrees reading unforgivable. In an act of defiance, they called upon the sick to choose death over receiving Mass from a union priest. The patriarchs of Alexandria, Antioch, and Jerusalem stood firm, rejecting the union's decision. Amidst this fervent opposition, a striking declaration echoed through the empire. Lucas Noter, the empire's second-in-command, voiced a sentiment that captured the depth of the city's resistance. "I would rather see the turbans of the Turks in Constantinople than the hoods of the Latin clergy," a statement that resonated with the populace, illustrating the depth of their desire to preserve their religious identity, even in the face of conquest. This profound division within the heart of Constantinople set the stage for what was to come. The city, a beacon of the Orthodox faith, now faced the imminent threat of Ottoman conquest. But even as the shadows of war loomed large, the spirit of its people remained unbroken, their resolve hardened by the trials of faith and identity. Fernando Braudel, a French historian with a profound understanding of the tides of history, sheds light on this critical juncture in his work, History and Rules of Civilization. Braudel delves into the heart of Byzantine resistance, revealing a choice not made in haste, but as the culmination of a long-standing divide. Braudel comments, "The truth is, the Orthodox Church, emblematic of Byzantine civilization, opted for submission to the Turks rather than union with the Latin. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision in the face of an impending threat, but the final chapter in the Byzantine Empire's long story of disintegration. The empire's steadfast refusal to unite with the Latins, who stood as the sole saviors against Turkish dominance, only deepened the Greeks' disdain for such a union. Theological and doctrinal differences further fueled this aversion. Despite the possibility of unity, the preference for Turkish rule over Latin dominance was clear. In 1385, the Patriarch of Constantinople penned a letter to Pope Urban VI, stating, "The Muslim Turks at least leave the Greek Church complete freedom of movement." Even Petrarch, a luminary of the Renaissance and a keen observer of human nature, noted the deep-seated fear and hatred the people of Constantinople harbored towards the Latins. His words echo through time. "There is no doubt that these dissenters were afraid of us and hated us from their depths. Through the insights of Braudel and Petrarch, we glimpse the complex web of beliefs, fears, and historical currents that influenced Byzantine society's critical choices. The decision to face the future under Turkish rule rather than forge a contentious union with the Latins reveals the depth of their desire for religious and cultural autonomy. In the wake of Constantinople's fall, a new era dawned, marked by an unexpected harmony between conqueror and conquered. Thomas Arnold, a distinguished British Orientalist, provides a compelling narrative in his book, The Call to Islam. He tells us how Mehmed the Conqueror, in a decisive move, laid the foundations for a peaceful coexistence. Mehmed the Conqueror took swift action to secure the loyalty of the Christian population. Proclaiming himself the protector of the Greek Church, he forbade any persecution of Christians. In an unprecedented decree, he guaranteed the new patriarch, his followers, and bishops the right to enjoy their ancient privileges, resources, and gifts as they had in bygone days. The Sultan's treatment of the church's head went beyond mere reverence. He was granted broad civil authority. This gesture of religious tolerance and protection of lives and property had a profound effect on the Greeks. Despite greatly outnumbering the Turks in the European provinces of the Ottoman Empire, they swiftly accepted the change in leadership, preferring the sovereignty of the Sultan over any Christian authority. The Greeks saw the Ottomans not as invaders but as liberators from oppressive rule. Across many parts of the kingdom, Ottoman forces were welcomed as saviors, a testament to the transformative power of tolerance and understanding. Thus, a new chapter in the history of Constantinople began, one where the legacy of the conquest was not just a tale of subjugation, but of an enlightened approach to governance that bridged worlds and fostered a period of relative peace and cohabitation. Nicholas Vatten, in his comprehensive study, The History of the Ottoman Empire, illuminates a pivotal aspect of the empire's governance. The Ottoman approach to the Greek Orthodox Church not only preserved its spiritual independence, but also resonated deeply with the anti-Latin sentiments prevalent among the people. Under Ottoman rule, the Greek nation found itself in a unique position. The patriarch served as both a spiritual leader and an administrator, embodying the community's identity. Orthodox courts adjudicated disputes among the Greeks, ensuring that their laws and customs were respected. The empire guaranteed the free practice of worship, a policy that, while aligning with the treatment of Christian denominations in Islamic countries, marked a significant affirmation of the Church's role within the state. This law not only acknowledged but strengthened the position of the Patriarchate, signaling a key event in the history of the Ottoman Empire. The confirmation of these rights throughout the empire underscored the Ottomans' nuanced understanding of governance. By reinforcing the Patriarchate's status, the Ottomans fostered a sense of continuity and stability within the Greek Orthodox community, contributing to the empire's rich tapestry of cultural and religious diversity. In the scholarly work Istanbul and the Civilization of the Ottoman Empire, Bernard Lewis, an American Zionist Orientalist, offers a compelling counter-narrative to the portrayal of the Ottoman conquerors. Despite his critical stance towards the Ottomans, Lewis acknowledges their profound cultural legacy. Lewis dispels the myth of the Turks as primitive savages, a portrayal favored by some Western historians. Instead, he presents them as inheritors and contributors to the ancient civilization of Islam, enriching it with their own contributions. Istanbul, under Ottoman rule, burgeoned into a cosmopolitan hub. Lewis highlights the return of the Greeks who had fled the city before the conquest, alongside new arrivals from across the empire. United under the leadership of their patriarch, they formed a thriving community. Moreover, the Jewish population in the Byzantine capital saw an increase, contributing to the city's diverse tapestry of cultures and religions. This diversity, fostered by the Ottomans, stands as a testament to the empire's inclusive policies. Lewis's account underscores the Ottomans' role in fostering a civilization where multiple faiths and cultures coexisted and flourished. Istanbul's transformation into a vibrant metropolis is a legacy of their enlightened rule. In the pages of history of the Islamic peoples, Karl Brockelmann, a renowned German Orientalist, casts light on the sagacity of Mehmed the Conqueror. Following the fall of Constantinople, a city reeling from conquest, Mehmed set forth to mend the fragmented society. Mehmed the Conqueror took immediate steps to restore the dignity and autonomy of the defeated Greeks. He not only preserved the Bulgarian ecclesiastical independence, a practice upheld by his predecessors, but also reaffirmed the authority of all Greek religious leaders. In a move that echoed the Islamic tradition of religious tolerance, he bolstered these authorities by entrusting them with civil judiciary responsibilities, ensuring their rulings were applied among their followers. This act of empowerment marked a significant step towards reconciliation, with the appointment of a staunch representative of the national church in the Patriarchate. Mehmed the Conqueror extended an invitation. It was a call that resonated deeply with those who had fled their homes. Before long, a large number of Romans returned, drawn back to their homeland by the promise of a renewed sense of belonging and peace. This was not merely a conquest, but a transformation. Mehmed the Conqueror's policies laid the groundwork for a society where coexistence and respect for diverse religious traditions were paramount. It was a pivotal moment that reshaped the destiny of a city at the crossroads of civilizations. In the aftermath of conquest, Mehmed the Conqueror embarked on a visionary project to rejuvenate Istanbul. Nicholas Vatan, in his esteemed work The History of the Ottoman Empire, details these transformative efforts with great admiration. Mehmed the Conqueror's first order of business was the restoration of the city's defenses, repairing fortresses and constructing the formidable Seven Towers Castle, known as Yenikul. But his ambitions extended far beyond military might. A palace emerged in the city's heart, signaling the dawn of a new era. By 1459, Mehmed commanded the empire's elites to spearhead the development of medical, charitable, and commercial institutions, all centered around the city's major mosques. These foundational efforts set the stage for an intellectual and economic renaissance within Istanbul. The city, once marred by the scars of conquest, began to thrive under the Sultan's wise stewardship. Through the strategic vision of Mehmed the Conqueror, Istanbul was transformed into a bustling metropolis, a beacon of civilization that attracted scholars, merchants, and artisans from across the world. Mehmed the Conqueror's zeal for the Renaissance and science was unparalleled, a fascination that led him to seek manuscripts from the Republic of Ragusa, a testament to his thirst for knowledge. A Venetian visitor, Olingasto, captured the essence of Mehmed's persona in vivid detail. He said, "A young man of 26 years of age, good complexion, large body, above average height, strong arms. His appearance arouses more prestige than respect, little laughter. He pursues knowledge, is gifted with free royal ideas, is determined in his goals, bold in all matters, and eager for fame like Alexander the Great. Every day he hears the histories of the Romans and others, and the blogs of the popes, the emperors, the kings of France, and the Lombard princes. He speaks 3 languages, Turkish, Greek, and Slavic, and carefully searches for information about the conditions of Italy, the seat, capital of the Pope, the Emperor, and how many kingdoms are here in Europe. He has a map of it, and its countries and territories appear on it. He is not surprised or delighted by anything as much as his admiration and delight in studying the conditions of the world and the science of war. Researcher, discerning, burning with a desire to rule. This is the man we Christians must confront. He is very observant and cautious, able to endure hardship, cold, heat, thirst, and hunger. He says that time has changed now, as it moves from east to west just as Westerners, in the past, walked to the east. He says that the world empire must be one religion and one state, and to achieve this unity there is no place in the world more worthy than Constantinople. As our journey through the historical corridors comes to a close, we reflect on the legacy of Mehmed the Conqueror and the indelible mark he left on Istanbul and the world. His vision of unity, thirst for knowledge, and the cultural renaissance he inspired continue to echo through the ages. If you've been captivated by the tales of conquest, renaissance, and transformation, we invite you to join the conversation. Subscribe to our channel, share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what historical mysteries you'd like us to unravel next. Your engagement fuels our journey through time, uncovering the stories that shape our world.